Coming to the stage has traveled very far just to perform for you guys. Travels all over the United States performing. He is known as a soldier of comedy. Yeah, start clapping those hands, start clapping those hands. Coming to the stage, Curly King.
What's up? Before I get started, I just want y'all to welcome my sister. She came all the way from Kansas City, Missouri.
Welcome.
Hey, today we went to my brother's funeral, wedding. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and sit down on the job because that's what black people do.
Daddy barbecue.
Turn out the speakers.
Hey, so my favorite auntie had gave my 5-year-old cousin a surprise birthday party, right? And the reason I say she's my favorite auntie is because when I was 12 years old, well then these two grown men jumped me, and my auntie came out of nowhere like Wonder Woman and beat both of them up. And so ever since then, she's been my favorite auntie. But anyway, when my 5-year-old cousin came into the room, everybody yelled, "Surprise!" And you should have seen the look on her face. She was so excited, she ran and jumped in my auntie's arms. And my auntie immediately fell to the floor in pain. I thought she hurt her back. I went over and asked her, I said, "You okay?" She said in a high-pitched voice, "No, they're helping me in my nuts." The moral of the story is my auntie used to be my uncle. So, a couple of weeks ago, I went to visit my 95-year-old grandmother. I haven't seen her in 4 years. And she had a sign on the door that said, "Watch your step," and I didn't pay it any attention. When she came to the door, I gave her a hug. I squeezed her so tight, she started kicking and screaming, "Get off me, get off me," with an attitude. So I backed up off and apologized to her. I said, "I'm sorry, Grandma. Did I squeeze you too tight?" She said, "No, you stupid motherfucker, you're stepping on my nipples." She said, "Did you read the sign? That I got these orangutan titties?" So, I might start a lot of this shit up with so long because I'm kind of fucked up, right? But anyway, since I retired from the military, I noticed they changed their rules and regulations. Thanks, man, I appreciate it. You know, black people, we talk loud any damn way. But so since I retired from the military, I noticed they changed their rules and regulations. Because now I'm starting to see a lot of overweight soldiers and soldiers wearing full beards and goatees. When I was in the military, we couldn't wear beards and goatees. Now everybody's wearing them. Hell, I ran into a first one the other day, they had a nice goatee. He had the handlebar mustache, the curl on the end and everything. I asked him, I said, "How you get your goatee to look like that?" She said, that's my brother-in-law's favorite joke right there. Yeah. So a couple of years ago, I had a really bad scare. I thought I was about to have a heart attack because when I wake up in the morning, my chest would be beating fast and I'll be dizzy, right? Like I had a hangover, but I hadn't been drinking. And so, yeah, turn it down a little bit for me, please. Don't tell her. But anyway, yeah. So the night before I went to the hospital, I ran into a friend of mine who's a retired Marine, and I was telling him what was going on with me and everything. And he said, "Man, you might want to go to the doctor and get that checked out because those are the same symptoms I had before I had my massive heart attack." So the very next morning I woke up, the room was spinning out of control, my chest was pounding really fast, and my head was hurting. So I called to make a same-day appointment. And the lady I was talking to on the phone told me, she said, "Mr. King, what I need for you to do is once you get off the phone with me, go straight to go straight to the emergency room. Do not pay as go, do not collect $200. So I did that. And to my surprise, they came right out. You know, I wasn't used to that growing up in the ghetto. Shit, we didn't have those kind of services. So they took me to the emergency room. They had a 4-man team waiting on me. And they rolled me into this room with all these bright lights. They hooked me up to a lot of monitors and shit. I was scared to death. And this doctor asked me all these borderline racist questions. He said, Mr. King, he said, do you have high blood pressure? Because I know you people like to eat a lot of pork and claim that you're Muslims on Mondays. And you know, all I hear is correct, I ain't gonna give him satisfaction, right? So I said, no. He said, really? He said, does it run in your family? I said, no. He said, do you have high cholesterol? I said, no. I thought he was gonna ask me if I eat chitlins. I was gonna say, no, I'll fuck some pork chops up. So they had this new guy, he was trying to draw blood from me, right? And I could tell he was new because he kept poking around in my arm. And I got pissed. I said, look, if you put some hair around me, you might find the hole. So they finally got the blood, they wouldn't test my blood. About an hour later, the doctor came back. He said, Mr. King, I have good news for you. You're not having a heart attack. I said, thank you, Jesus. He said, but you do have a severe case of gas. He said, I'm going to release you from the hospital, sign right here. So I signed the release form. He said, now get out of my hospital, Mr. King. I said, thank you, Doc. Thanks for everything. I looked him dead square in his eyes like my daddy taught me. Gave him a good firm handshake and farted at the same time. I said, assalamu alaikum, my brother. Y'all crazy. I got an over surgery. So, we had all day shit. So, before I joined the military, I used to work at Domino's Pizza, right? And we had this old black guy. He was from like Alabama somewhere. He couldn't pronounce the word sausage, right? And but it seemed like anytime he called, I'd be the only one to pick up the phone and answer the damn phone. Now that I think about it, I think they were putting him on hold until I did that. But I answered the phone. I say, thanks for calling Domino's Pizza, man. Take your order, please. He said, yes, sir. Do you still have that 2-for-1 special? I said, yes, we do. He said, what does that come with? I said, you get 2 large, 1 topping pizzas for $11.99. He said, I'll take it. I said, what topping would you like on that, sir? He said, let me have 1 pepperoni and the other one the sausages. It was so funny to me. I wanted my friend here to work with me, right? So I told the dude, I said, sir, I'm having a problem with this phone. I'll put you on hold and pick up another line. So I put him on hold and I said, yo, Ludi. Hey, Ludi, pick up the phone, man. This sausage dude don't say nothing. So we get back on the phone. I said, I'm sorry to keep you holding, sir. Can you hear me now? You know, like that old cell phone commercial back in the day? I said, can you hear me now? He said, I can hear you. The problem is, can you hear me? I said, I hear you good. Now go with your order, sir. He said, let me have 1 pepperoni and 1 sausages. He said, did you hear that? I said, yeah, I heard that loud and clear. You want a pepperoni and a salami. Well, damn well when he sells salami at Domino's, right? Dude got pissed. He said, nah, man, sausages, not hamburger, that other stuff. He said, man, where you from? I said, I'm from Illinois, so I'm in school in Illinois. He said, they been lowering you nothing. So I retired over in Korea, right? And I know there's a lot of people from the South, like Alabama and shit like that. They retired in the 60s and stayed over there. And a lot of them still talk like they straight off a plantation. And it's funny because they married to a lot of the Koreans over there, and both of them English fucked up. You know what I mean? And one time I was in a restaurant over there, and this old Korean lady said, would you like to try some broccoli beef? And the black dude said, no, I don't want no broccoli beef, but I would take some of the pig foots. So, I worked at another pizza place too, right? And it was in the middle of a shopping center. And on one end was a bar, and on the opposite end was a bookstore. Now I don't know what kind of books they had in there, but a lot of gay men used to hang out down there. And a lot of them used to talk with a lisp. Now I know they wasn't all born like this, so they must thought this shit sounds sexy, right? So, but when you're young, you come up with some stupid ass ideas, right? I remember we got bored, me and my buddy got bored, because it was slow, right? And we came up with this great idea of making a dildo pizza. And I tell you how we made it, right? We took a large pizza dough, We rolled it up like a towel. Then we shaped the head on it, right? Then we took 2 small pizza doughs and rolled it into balls. They the size of softballs, boy. And you should see how big this shit was. It was about 1.5 feet long, and the girth on that bitch was like that. And so we put sauce, extra cheese, pepperoni, and some sausages on it, and ran it through the oven. Then we played on rock, paper, scissors to see who's gonna take it down, and I lost, right? And so I had to find a big enough box to put this huge dildo in, and I got the box that the pepperoni came in. And so as I was laying it down in the box, the front of it rolled up against the box. It looked like it had an erection, right? I was like, perfect! So I took the pizza down there and knocked on the door and ran back down to the pizza place. Now I don't know if you ever noticed this or not. Yeah, on the front of all pizza places, there's a lot of glass, right? So you see what's going on in the parking lot. And it be some strange stuff going on in these parking lots. Take my word for it. But about 30 minutes later, we noticed this big black dude coming from down there. He was about 6'5", 250 pounds solid, right? And he had that look of death in his eyes, boy. And I told my friend, I said, look, if he come down here and want to fight, we're going to have to double team him. I said, if you hit him low and I hit him high. But first I'm hit him in the face with this pizza shovel. You know, the pizza shovel is the thing we take the pizzas out the oven with. And this made out of some thin metal with a handle on it. And I was going to bend that bitch across his head, right? And so he came down walking. Well, you can see the depth in his eyes. That dude pushed that door open. Boom! I thought he was going to smash the glass, right? He leaned in and said, thanks for the pork. We were like, whoo, that was close. So, I had my 60th birthday in October the 30th. Thank you. You know, like you said, black don't crack unless you smack it. But anyway, people always ask me, they say, nah, that's what I don't talk about. But anyway, I'm starting to feel my age, right? I can't see without my glasses. Y'all seen that shit when I was trying to read these damn sizes on these shirts? Yeah, I can't see without my glasses. I can't hear worth the shit no more. I think I need a hearing aid. Because my wife and I, we went to Sam's to get a membership. And the lady that was helping me, I thought she asked me what's my neighbor's address. You know, I was like, damn, why she asked me for my neighbor's address? They don't have anything to do with me getting a membership. So I looked at her like she was crazy, right? And then she asked me to give it this time a little bit slow, but it sounded like the same thing. It sounded like she said, what's your neighbor's address? And I'm looking, and like she had a third eye between her fucking forehead or something. And so her phone rang, she got on, I turned to my wife, I said, why did she ask you for me for our neighbor's address? My wife bust out laughing, right? She said, she didn't ask you for our neighbor's address. I said, she did, I'm sitting there listening to her. So we went back and forth like we always do. You know how married couples do, shit. So I said, you know what, when she got off the phone, I'm gonna ask her. So she got off the phone. I said, what information did you ask me for? You know what this chick did? She said, what's your name and address? Like that, right? I said, bitch, don't worry about my name and address. I don't even want the fucking shit. I walked out. So, a really good friend of mine from Compton, California came to visit me last month. Real cool white dude. He's so cool, black people gave him a nickname. You know he's cool, black people give you a nickname, right? Yeah, we nicknamed him Al, short for albino. He reminded me of that comedian Gary Owens though, because he loves sister girls. That's all he talk about. When he came to visit, we hung out at the mall. Al tried to talk to every sister he seen. Later on, he wanted to go to Foot Locker to try to find a pair of Air Force Ones to match his LeBron James jersey. So we went to Foot Locker, and this beautiful sister named Felicia was working there. She was drop dead, gorgeous, boy. Al jumped right on her. He had her smiling and giggling and everything. For a minute, I thought he was going to be lucky. Then all of a sudden, Felicia dropped a bombshell on him. She said, I can't date you. He said, why not? She said, because I'm looking for a man with 9 inches of rock hard pleasure between his legs, and I'm not going to settle for anything else. I know exactly what I need. Al said, 9 inches? She said, yep, 9 inches and nothing less. Al looked her up and down and said, Felicia, you fine as hell. but I'm not cutting 2 inches off for nobody. Felicia said, wait, what? And I said, bye, Felicia. You know, growing up in the ghetto is rough, right? And I told y'all this last time for the one that was here. You know, I'm from East St. Louis, Illinois, so I can do it fast, right? And that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. So everybody in these boogie, right? That's what we call it, the boogie. Everybody in these boogie, you have to have a hustle growing up. And I'm talking from when time you like 8 years old on up, right? And my hustle was like fixing bicycles and selling them to my friends and shit, or shooting marbles, winning, and selling them back to them, right? But but like when you get older, you know everybody have to have a hustle. And you know how when you're on an airplane, they give that safety briefing. They say in the event of emergency, an oxygen mask will drop down from the ceiling. When the ghetto is a little bit different because we ride the city bus. And it seems like every time the bus is in an accident, it seems like neck braces seem to drop down from the ceiling. Because everybody has them, boy. I remember one time when I was 8 years old, I was on the bus with my oldest brother, and the bus driver hit a huge bump, boy. Everybody fell on the floor, put neck braces on, and this black girl named LaQuisha said, we're about to get paid in this bitch. Bus driver looked in the rearview mirror towards us the back. He said, hell no, don't even try that shit. Get up off that floor and take those neck braces off. All I hear was a pothole. I said, y'all would give me five. My cousin just got me this damn job.
You want something?
So, you know, it's not safe anywhere anymore, right? Like a couple Sundays ago, my wife and I went to church. And while they was passing around the offering plate, this white dude that was sitting next to me snatched the plate and ran out the door. The preacher said, somebody stop that motherfucker. He got my car payment. Then he said, oops. My bad. So last summer I had a pool party at my house, and after everybody got to swim, everybody left except my brother-in-law. He retired Navy guy. They don't speak the same lingo as those Army guys, right? Yeah, hey, we use a lot of acronyms, right? But I like fucking them just to piss him off, right? I remember he got out the shower. He said, yo, brother-in-law, you got any lotion? I said, no, I got some DSG looking at the medicine cabinet. He was there about 5 minutes looking around. He said, I don't see it. I said, look on the top shelf in the back left-hand corner. He said, all I see is Vaseline. I said, that's it. He got pissed. He said, why do you call it DSG? I said, because it's dick spanking grease. Who up on me? Y'all crazy. Y'all got my old concern. What else we gonna talk about this? So, when I retired from the Army, I got a job as an instructor. And the company that hired me only hired retired military guys. They paid us very well. We traveled all over the country, teaching the Army and Marines how to do their jobs. What I like about the job is, on our lunch break, some of us go to the break room, play cards and dominoes, and talk shit to one another. Now everybody knows when you get two or more blacks together, we can get pretty loud, can't we? Come on, white people, y'all know that shit. Yeah, just imagine 15 of us. We sound like the Trumps who put a storm in the Capitol building. Or we may just talk about the different disabilities that we develop on, things like Agent Orange, PTSD, cancer, and all the other shit that's killing us. So now we're trying to get compensated for it. And our goal is to get 100% because that's what we deserve. Yellow, there you go. Well, we got this one guy on our team. He been stuck on 90% for 10 years, and he had one of his legs blown off in Iraq. Now, don't y'all think he deserves 100%? Yeah. So do I. But he's pretty much giving up on it. He said if he ever get it, they're going to quit that job and stay on the fish because he loves the fish. But he's one of the funniest guys on our team, though. I remember one time I went to the break room and they were playing spades and dominoes, talking shit, boy. He seen me and said, what's up, King? Tell me something good. I said, man, you're not going to believe this article I just read. He said, you got that right. Because we all know you can't read. He said, ain't that right, fellas? They were, I said, nah, man, all jokes aside, this gonna benefit everybody right here. He said, well, tell it to us then, brother. I said, the article said, if you've been diagnosed with erectile dysfunction, you may qualify for a additional 15% for LBDS. He jumped up and said, I got that shit. I know I got that. They're gonna put me over the top right there, goddamn. He said, finally, I'll get my 100%, I'll quit this job and stay on the fish all day. This one dude said, King, what is LBDS? I said, little bitty dick syndrome. He said, man, fuck you, man. Hey, so a little bit about me. I used to be a boxer too, but I ain't go as far as a man over there. I was just a post boxer for Schofield, right? And when I first started boxing, you know, I white box, but I ain't box. And I said, ain't no white boy gonna whoop my ass. I got in the ring with that motherfucker, he was putting them combinations on my ass. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, God damn. He fucked me up. I went on there one good punch, you know, and he was putting combinations on me. I'm like, damn. But I kept going back and I made the team. So I'm like, fuck it.
You sure you wasn't Puerto Rican?
Hey, check this out though. When I went to Fort Bragg, first we left Hawaii, went to Fort Hood. I beat that dude. It was a Mexican dude, and he kept coming in like this. So I was raising that motherfucker, bam, bam, bam. And then once I came in too fast, it was straight right, bam, and fucked my knuckles up and shit, and tore a ligament in there, a tendon. And so I went to Bragg right after that and got my ass tore up by a Cuban. I think that was like my 5th fight, and this dude had like 70-some fights. That dude was tearing my ass up there. Coach Grant, y'all know Coach Grant? He had me if I wanted to come to Bragg. I was like, hell no! And then after the fight, the coach said, y'all ready to go eat? I said, no, I'm full from them jabs. How much time I got left?
All of them.
All of them?
Hell yeah.
God damn that minute! Shit! I can't even remember all this shit. I'm old. Let me see, what else y'all haven't heard? Hey, y'all hear about how the black dude robbed the VFW? Y'all hear about that one?
No.
Give me your money! No. No, but this true shit right here. Did y'all hear that Trump giving all the veterans a $5,000 stimulus check? Y'all didn't hear that? Just the other day? Yeah, you just got to go to Russia to pick it up. Hey, so I did a show. I did a show in Oak Cliff, where my man from, right? I did a show there last week. And this one dude said, hey, bro, you better watch where you park your car because somebody stole my Cadillac convertible. I said, somebody stole your car? He said, no, man, my Cadillac convertible. I said, this your car? He said, no, the muffler, man, the muffler. I know the Cadillac convertible. He said, no, I thought it was a convertible. What else I got, brother-in-law? Shit, I forgot my goddamn joke. I ain't know. Cajun, I don't want to hear no damn Cajun, do you? I ain't one of yours. You don't say don't for the shit. Let me see. Huh? No Tigers? Go Tigers? Oh, okay, yeah, that's what you call it. That's my high school. No, okay, y'all know this. I know everybody know this one. This is somebody's favorite right here. You get a line, I get a pole. You get a line, I get a pole. You get a line, I get a pole. We'll go down the fishing hole. Honey, oh baby, go behind. Go look, you right, you left. Go to your left, you right, you left. Hey! Dressing right and cover down. Dressing right and cover down. Dressing right and cover down. 40 inches all around. Honey, oh baby, be mine. We gotta do this right here. We gotta do this. Huh? Oh, no, I was looking at whatever it is.
That was a lazy eye.
Hey, they say that in the army, the pay is mighty fine.
Oh, he's like trying to look.
Hey! Y'all, you just gotta repeat it. Y'all must be in the Navy. They say that in the army, the pay is mighty fine. They give you $100 and take it 99. Oh Lord, I wanna go, but they won't let me go. Oh. Hey! Say that in the army, the girls are mighty fine. They look like Dilla, and their beards are longer than mine. Y'all going to hell for that shit. You know they don't have beards. Now their mustache is a little thick. Hey, that's my time, y'all. My name is Hurley King. I'm the Soldier Comedy. Give it up for the host right quick. Give it up for the host.
Ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all coming out tonight. These comedians come out for free. We didn't pay them. I have a bucket up here.